Pause whatever you're doing. Don't scroll. Don't move. Just breathe. Because what I'm about to tell you is not something you randomly stumbled on. It's something your soul has been searching for without words. You've been feeling distant. You've been feeling disconnected. You've been feeling like the world you once belonged to doesn't feel like home anymore. But listen closely. This is not a mood. This is not a phase. This is not emptiness. This is a divine signal, a whisper from Allah, a shift inside you that didn't happen by accident. What if I told you that the reason you feel so out of place lately is because Allah is quietly pulling you away from people, places, and paths that were never meant to walk into your future? What if I told you that your loneliness is not a punishment, but the first chapter of a life you can't even imagine yet? What if I told you that everything you're feeling, the silence, the distance, the emotional heaviness, the strange restlessness, is the beginning of Allah rewriting your destiny? Stay with me, not because this is a video, but because this is a message your heart has been waiting years to hear. Tonight, you're going to understand why Allah separated you, why He closed certain doors, why He removed certain people, why He placed you in this quiet season, why your heart suddenly feels too big for the life you're living. And trust me, once you understand it, once the truth settles in your chest, you will never see your life the same again. So if you're watching this, don't skip, don't rush, don't break the moment, because what you're about to learn in the next few minutes might be the very reason Allah brought you here at this exact second of your life. This is not motivation. This is not a feel-better message. This is revelation. This is awakening. This is the divine explanation your soul has been yearning for. Stay till the end. Your heart will thank you. Your future will need this. Your destiny depends on what you understand tonight. Allah separates the heart before He elevates the soul. My dear one, come closer for a moment. You keep asking yourself what's happening to your heart, why you don't feel the same, why you don't fit the same, why your energy feels different around people who once felt familiar. But listen gently. This is not you losing yourself. This is Allah freeing you. When Allah wants to raise a person, when He wants to protect their future, when He wants to purify their soul, He doesn't start by changing their surroundings. He starts by touching their heart in a way the world cannot see. That disconnection you feel is not a weakness. It is a sign that Allah is quietly removing old attachments that were holding your soul down. You feel silent because Allah is protecting your peace. You feel distant because Allah is removing distractions. You feel uninterested because Allah is cutting emotional ropes that were tying you to places you had already outgrown. You may think you're losing people, but Allah is actually saving you from people, from the pain you didn't see coming, from the intentions you couldn't read, from the influences that were dimming the light inside your chest. Sometimes Allah protects your future by making your present uncomfortable. He takes away the desire to fit in. He blocks the urge to chase people. He removes the hunger for attention. He makes the crowd feel heavy on your spirit, because your heart was never created to depend on them. It was created to depend on Him. You wonder why your personality feels like it's changing, why your reactions are softer, why your words are fewer, why you prefer silence over noise, why you'd rather be alone than be around certain people. It's because Allah is quietly turning your heart away from the life you were living and toward the life you are meant to live. He is pulling your heart away from temporary attachments, from unhealthy connections, from low conversations, from people who were shaping you into someone you were never meant to become. Allah is preparing you for a higher place, so He cannot let you stay in low company. He is preparing you for deeper clarity, so He cannot let your heart drown in noise. He is preparing you for stronger faith, so He cannot let you rely on people who weaken your relationship with Him. You feel like something inside you is shifting, like something is being pulled out of you, like your heart is shedding its old skin. That's exactly what's happening. Allah is separating the old you from the new you. He is taking the version of you that was built on fear, on people-pleasing, on expectations, on pressure, on old wounds, and He is replacing it with a soul that stands with Him, trusts Him, seeks Him, and finds peace in Him. My dear one, elevation never begins with blessings. It begins with separation. Allah removes, so He can replace. Allah closes, so He can redirect. Allah takes away, so He can give better. Allah distances you, so He can pull you closer to Himself. So don't be afraid of this feeling. Don't fight this shift. Don't think you're breaking. Your heart is not falling apart. Your heart is being upgraded. Your heart is being prepared. Your heart is being purified. Before Allah lifts you, He loosens everything that keeps you tied to the ground. And that is what you are living right now. Your soul is outgrowing what the world wants you to be. My dear one, have you noticed how certain things that once excited you now feel empty? Places you used to enjoy now feel too loud. People who once entertained you now drain your spirit. Conversations that once pulled you in now feel shallow and meaningless. And you keep thinking something is wrong with you, but nothing is wrong. Something is awakening inside you. Your soul is outgrowing what your life used to be. When Allah decides to elevate a person, He doesn't just change their circumstances, He changes their taste. You lose interest in gossip because Allah is opening your heart for truth. You lose interest in pleasing people because Allah is teaching you to seek His pleasure. You lose interest in meaningless company because Allah is preparing you for souls who bring you closer to Him. You lose interest in distractions because Allah is building you for purpose. You don't laugh the way you used to, not because your joy is gone, but because your joy is shifting to things that are more real, more pure, more lasting. This change you feel inside, this disconnection, this restlessness, this emotional distance, it's not sadness, it's evolution. Your soul is quietly growing while the world is asleep. You are shedding an old identity that was built to survive and stepping into a new identity that is being built to rise. You're no longer interested in proving yourself. You're no longer craving attention. You're no longer chasing people, because your soul knows attention is temporary, but Allah's acceptance is eternal. Your heart is shifting from the world toward Allah, and that shift always feels strange at first. You may feel alone, you may feel misunderstood, you may feel like you don't belong anywhere, but that's the sign. That's how you know you're growing, because every time Allah prepares you for the next stage of your life, He makes you outgrow the current one. You don't fit the old you anymore, because the new you is being born inside. And even if you don't understand it yet, your soul does. Isolation is the workshop where Allah rebuilds you in silence. There comes a moment in every believer's life when Allah quietly pulls them into a season of silence. A season where people don't understand you. A season where your phone stops ringing. A season where you walk through life with a heavy heart but a clearer mind. A season where the world grows faint and Allah's presence grows loud. This is not rejection. This is reconstruction. When Allah wants to rebuild your soul, He doesn't do it in front of an audience. He does it in a private workshop where your heart can finally breathe, without expectations, without noise, without pressure. Look at the ones Allah loved most. Yusuf, A.S., was separated from his family, not because Allah abandoned him, but because Allah needed him to grow. in places where no one could limit him. Musa, AS, wandered in the desert, not because Allah was punishing him, but because Allah was preparing him for a mission greater than any man had ever carried. Maryam, AS, stood alone, in pain, in fear, under the shade of a palm tree, and in that loneliness, Allah gave her miracles the world would speak about forever. And our beloved Prophet ﷺ, before he changed the world, he sat alone in a cave, wrapped in silence, covered in the darkness of Hira, until Allah filled that silence with revelation that would guide humanity until the end of time. You see, Allah builds greatness in private. He builds strength in solitude. He builds clarity in silence. You may feel forgotten by people, but you are being held by Allah. You may feel lonely, but you are being reshaped. You may feel empty, but Allah is clearing space for something stronger. In isolation, Allah removes voices that confuse your heart. He removes attachments that pull your soul away from Him. He removes noise so your spirit can hear Him again. This silence you're living through is not a pause in your story. It is the chapter where Allah rewrites everything inside you. This loneliness is not random. It's designed, measured, timed perfectly by the One who knows exactly which version of you is needed for the life He is preparing. You're not alone. You're in private training. You're in spiritual surgery. You're in the unseen classroom of Allah. And when this phase is complete, you will walk out of it, not as the person who entered, but as the P. Allah removed certain people because their hearts were not clean for your future. There are people you cared for deeply, people you trusted with your heart, people you held close, and today they're no longer beside you. Their absence still confuses you. You replay memories in your mind, wondering, what changed? What did I do wrong? Why did they become distant? Why did Allah allow this separation? But the truth is softer and heavier. You didn't lose them. Allah removed them. He didn't remove them suddenly. He removed them with mercy. He saw things you didn't see. He heard words spoken behind your back that your ears were never meant to hear. He saw jealousy hidden behind forced smiles. He saw hearts that were close to you physically, but far from you spiritually. Some people were connected to your life, but disconnected from your destiny. Some people loved your presence, but hated your growth. Some people enjoyed your kindness, but would not support your elevation. Some people walked with you, but would never walk for you. Allah knew that keeping them in your life would delay your journey, disturb your heart, and block the blessings that were written for you. So He removed them gently, before they could hurt you deeply. You think you were abandoned, but you were protected. You think you were forgotten, but you were safeguarded. Sometimes Allah lets a person's true heart slip out. In the smallest moment, a comment, a tone of voice, a shift in behavior, so that you see their reality clearly and detach before it wounds you. Allah's protection doesn't always look like miracles. Sometimes it looks like heartbreak. Sometimes it looks like distance. Sometimes it looks like unanswered messages and fading connections. But every removal was a rescue. Every separation was a shield. Every person who left made space for someone Allah chose. And one day, when you look back, you will thank Allah for every heart He took away from you, because He knew they could not hold the weight of where He was sending you. You didn't lose relationships. You lost obstacles. You didn't lose people. You lost distractions. You didn't lose love. You lost what was lowering your value. Allah removed them because their hearts were not clean enough to stand beside the future version of you. Your silence is a divine training ground for inner strength. There are moments when life becomes quiet, when conversations feel draining, when the world feels far away, and you sit alone wondering why Allah placed you in this silent chapter. You think you're becoming weak, but in reality, you're being strengthened in a way only solitude can create. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is training. Allah is teaching you things that noise could never teach. He is building patience inside you that people could never build. He is planting strength in your heart that comfort could never give. You're learning how to stand without needing applause, how to walk without needing someone to hold your hand, how to make decisions without begging for opinions, how to breathe without depending on someone's presence. This is how Allah builds warriors. This is how Allah shapes leaders. This is how Allah prepares hearts that are meant to carry heavy blessings. You cannot become strong until Allah takes you away from everything you used to lean on. He is removing your dependence on familiar support so your spirit learns to depend on the only support that never collapses, Him. Every tear you cry in silence is washing away an old weakness. Every night you sleep alone with your thoughts is sharpening your heart. Every moment you feel unseen is building a strength inside you that the world will one day see clearly. You may think nothing is happening, but everything is happening. Allah is breaking the parts of you that were fragile so He can rebuild them into something unshakable. He is teaching you how to love quietly, how to trust deeply, how to move wisely, how to survive storms without shouting for help, because the future you've been praying for requires a stronger version of you, a version that doesn't break easily, a version that knows how to stand alone, a version that puts Allah first, even when life feels heavy. You're becoming that version right now. You may be silent, but you are growing. You may be alone, but you are rising. You may feel invisible, but Allah sees every step you take. He is training you for the life you asked Him for. And when this silent chapter ends, you will walk out of it with a heart that can carry blessings that would have crushed your old self. What you feel as disconnection is actually Allah redirecting your path. There are days when you wake up and something inside you feels different, not broken, not empty, just shifted. Places that once felt warm now feel cold. Voices that once comforted you now feel distant. People you once trusted now feel unfamiliar. And you keep saying to yourself, I don't know what's happening to me. But you do know. Deep inside, your heart knows. Allah is redirecting you. He is turning your soul in a direction that your mind is not ready to understand yet. You try to sit with the same people, but your chest feels tight. You try to enjoy the same hobbies, but your spirit feels disconnected. You try to go back to your old routines, but something inside you resists. It's not anxiety. It's not sadness. It's not you changing for no reason. It's Allah pulling your heart away from what no longer aligns with the person you are becoming. When Allah wants to move you to a new place emotionally, He makes the old place uncomfortable. He makes the conversations feel shallow. He makes the environment feel heavy. He makes the old version of you harder to wear. He makes your soul restless around things that once felt normal, because if He didn't make you uncomfortable, you would never move. Disconnection is not a punishment. It is direction. You're being pushed away from certain paths because Allah knows they lead to heartbreak. You're being pulled away from certain people because Allah heard conversations you didn't. You're losing interest in certain lifestyles because Allah is preparing you for a higher purpose. Your heart is rejecting what your destiny has outgrown. And yes, you feel it. You feel it in your silence. You feel it in your loneliness. You feel it in your chest. Every time you sit somewhere that no longer matches your soul, Allah is shifting your path in a way that feels subtle, but is actually monumental. Your soul is being guided. Long before your feet ever move, one day soon, you will understand why certain things had to fall apart, why certain people had to fade away, why certain doors never opened. Allah was not taking things from you. He was guiding you towards something better. This disconnection is your heart. Adjusting to the future Allah is preparing. You're not lost. You're being redirected. You're not abandoned. You're being realigned. You're not confused. You're being reshaped into someone who can carry the blessings you asked for. So when your chest tightens in old places or your mind feels uneasy around old habits, don't fight it. It's Allah saying, you don't belong here anymore. Your future is pulling you forward, and your soul is responding before you even realize it. Before Allah trusts you with a bigger mission, He tests your solitude. There comes a time in every believer's life when Allah tests them with a silence that feels heavy and a solitude that feels endless. You sit alone not because you want to, but because Allah is training you in the quiet fields of the unseen. People think elevation comes from being surrounded, applauded, supported, but the truth is far deeper. Before Allah trusts a person with influence, responsibility, blessings, or a mission greater than their imagination, He tests their solitude. He watches how they behave when no one is clapping for them. He watches how they speak when no one is listening. He watches what they do when no one is guiding them, because the real version of you is not who you are in a crowd. The real version is who you are when Allah is the only witness. You're learning patience in this isolation. You're learning discipline. You're learning emotional maturity. You're learning how to carry yourself without leaning on others. Allah removes the people you used to depend on, so you learn to depend on Him. He removes the comfort you used to hide behind, so you learn to find comfort in faith. He removes the distractions you used to run to, so you learn to run only to Him. Every silence you endure is polishing your character. Every lonely night is strengthening your resilience. Every moment where you feel forgotten by the world is a moment where Allah is rewriting your worth. You may feel like your life has paused. You may feel like everything around you is still. You may feel like others are moving while you are stuck. But what you cannot see is this. The quiet phase is the phase where Allah builds the strongest believers. He is building your emotional stamina because your future will require it. He is building your inner wisdom because your next chapter will depend on it. He is building your spiritual backbone because the path ahead will challenge it. Before Allah raises you in front of people, He refines you in private. Before He gives you blessings that shine in public, He removes the flaws that would have destroyed them. Before He makes you a source of strength for others, He teaches you how to survive when no one else is there for you. This season is not a delay. It's a preparation. It's a test of loyalty, a test of sincerity, a test of trust. Allah is watching how you carry yourself now to decide what He can trust you with next. And when this solitude ends, and one day it will end, you will walk into a future that requires the strength, wisdom, and patience that only these lonely nights could teach you. You are not being held back. You are being shaped. You are not being isolated. You are being inspected. You are not being forgotten. You are being prepared for something far bigger than what you are asking for. Your future needs a version of you that can only be built in separation. Everything you're going through right now, every piece of silence, every separation, every shift in your heart, every moment that feels confusing or heavy, none of it is random. You asked Allah for a better life. You asked Him for peace. You asked Him for strength. You asked Him for clarity. You asked Him for a new beginning. So Allah is rebuilding you from the inside out. Before Allah gives you what you prayed for, He changes the version of you who will receive it. Because the life you want needs a stronger you, a wiser you, a more patient you, a more spiritually awake you, a more emotionally grounded you. And that version of you cannot be born in comfort. It can only be born in separation. Allah knows the weight of what you're asking for. He knows the beauty of what He wants to give you. He knows the size of the blessing. He is preparing behind the scenes. So He is preparing you for it. Every person who left your life created emotional space for someone better. Every door that closed cleared a pathway for something greater. Every heartbreak you survived softened your heart so Allah could fill it with light. Every delay you lived through prepared your patience for the blessings that need maturity. Every lonely night polished your soul like a jewel being shaped in silence. You see, you think you're just enduring a hard season, but Allah is cultivating the exact qualities you will need for the next chapter of your life. You're becoming calmer because your future requires softness. You're becoming quieter because your future requires wisdom. You're becoming more selective because your future requires protection. You're becoming more disciplined because your future requires stability. You're becoming more private because your future requires safeguarding from envy. Your loneliness is not emptiness, it's preparation. Your silence is not a pause, it's alignment. Your separation is not punishment, it's purification. Allah is removing the version of you that was built on fear, trauma, ego, and old pain. He's replacing it with a version built on faith, peace, trust, and purpose. You are not being punished. You are being refined. You are not being abandoned. You are being positioned. You are not being delayed. You are being prepared so that nothing He gives you will overwhelm you or destroy you. If Allah gave you the blessing right now, your old wounds might ruin it. Your old habits might waste it. Your old circle might block it. Your old weakness might drop it. So He holds it back, not to deny you, but to protect you. He will not raise you until you're strong enough to stand where He places you. He will not give you the blessing until you're mature enough to appreciate it, guard it, and grow with it. And when Allah finally brings that blessing, the one your heart has prayed for, cried for, longed for, and waited for, it will come so beautifully, so effortlessly, so perfectly timed that you will whisper to yourself, Subhanallah, this is why Allah separated me. This is why He made me walk alone. This is why He didn't let me stay where I wanted to stay, because where you were could not hold the person you were becoming, and the person you were could not hold the future Allah wrote for you. But the person you are becoming, the one being shaped in silence, the one being refined in solitude, the one being strengthened in these quiet nights, that person can carry it. That person can protect it. That person can rise with it. Allah is preparing you for something bigger, something greater, something written only for you. And when it arrives, you won't doubt anymore. You won't question anymore. You won't feel broken anymore. You will understand that Allah never separated you to hurt you. He separated you to reveal you, to elevate you, to rewrite you, to bring you to a destination your old self would have never reached. You are not the person you were yesterday, and you will not be the person you are today. Allah is creating a new you, one that will shock even you. Trust this silence. Trust this loneliness. Trust this separation. It is the golden stage of your journey, and Allah is closer to you now than ever before. You think your life is slow right now, but in the unseen world, everything is moving fast. Angels are traveling with your du'as. Doors are rearranging themselves. Fates are shifting. Hearts are being softened. Paths are being cleared. Your name is being mentioned in places you cannot imagine. But for all of this to reach you, Allah needs you to be still. Still enough to hear Him. Still enough to trust Him. Still enough to receive what is written. You're in a moment of divine pause, not because your story is stuck, but because your story is being aligned. When Allah wants to give you something big, He first empties your hands. He first guides your world. He first breaks every attachment that competes with Him. This is why certain people were removed so suddenly, not because you didn't love them, but because their presence would have made you drop the blessing Allah was preparing. Allah saw their envy before you ever sensed it. He saw their jealousy before it reached your ears. He saw their hidden intentions before they reached your heart. He saw their weakness before it destroyed your strength. So He removed them before they restricted your destiny. You are not too difficult to love. You are too chosen to be mishandled. You are not too emotional. You are too spiritually sensitive to be around those who don't value your soul. Your softness is a gift. Your depth is a gift. Your empathy is a gift. Your sincerity is a gift. But gifts like these cannot survive in the wrong environment. So Allah is relocating your heart to a place where it will be honored, protected, respected, and loved the way He intends. This separation was not meant to break you. It was meant to save you. One day soon, you will look back at this painful chapter and smile through your tears, because you'll finally see the wisdom behind every moment of silence. Every tear you cried watered a seed of strength inside you. Every heartbreak you carried polished your soul into something beautiful. Every night you felt alone was a night Allah came closer to you than anyone else ever could. You were never walking alone. You were walking toward a future that needed the stronger, cleaner, wiser version of you that is being created right now. There will come a moment, maybe sooner than you expect, when everything suddenly makes sense. You will meet someone who treats your heart with the gentleness you always prayed for, and you will say, Ya Allah, this is why you removed the others. You will walk into a blessing that fits you so perfectly, it will feel like it was created only for your soul. And you will say, Ya Allah, this is why you made me wait. You will step into a room where your presence is respected, your value is recognized, your faith is safe, and your heart rests. And you will say, Ya Allah, this is why you separated me from the places that drained me. You will find yourself living a life that your old self could never have handled. A life full of peace, light, purpose, and emotional maturity. You will rise into a version of yourself that feels so different, so elevated, so aligned with Allah, that you'll barely recognize the person you used to be. Because Allah didn't just change your life. He changed you. He turned your heartbreak into a doorway. He turned your loneliness into healing. He turned your silence into wisdom. He turned your waiting into strength. He turned your confusion into clarity. He turned your separation into protection. Every pain became a stepping stone. Every delay became a shield. Every loss became a lesson. Every tear became a prayer. Every prayer became a miracle in progress. And one day, when Allah finally reveals why He wrote this entire chapter, your heart will fall into sujood without being told, because you will finally realize that nothing was taken from you. Everything was rearranged for you. Nothing was random. Everything was mercy. And if you could see what Allah is preparing behind the scenes right now, your heart would overflow with so much gratitude that you would never doubt Him again. You are being shaped into someone you have not met yet. A stronger you, a wiser you, a more peaceful you, a more faithful you, a you that can carry blessings far bigger than your current shoulders can hold. This separation is the womb where that new version of you is being created. Trust it, walk with it, surrender to it, because when Allah finally reveals the future you were being shaped for, you will whisper through tears, Ya Allah, you never took anything from me. You were preparing everything for me. Before you leave this moment, listen to me softly. You didn't find this video by chance. You didn't stay till the end because you were bored. Your heart stayed because it recognized a truth your mind has been trying to understand for years. Everything you're going through right now, every silent night, every confusing shift, every tear that falls without reason, every person who walked away, every door that closed, every lonely moment you carried alone, none of it was meaningless. You were not abandoned. You were not forgotten. You were not left behind. You were being prepared. Allah has been building you quietly, softly, carefully, in ways you didn't see, and in places no one else could. He separated you not to hurt you, but to protect you. He distanced you not to punish you, but to elevate you. He slowed your life down so your soul could finally rise. And now, you're closer to the version of yourself you've been praying to become. So when this video ends, don't go back to doubting yourself. Don't go back to thinking you're lost. Don't go back to believing Allah is silent. He has been speaking to you through every shift in your heart, through every person He removed, through every feeling you couldn't explain, and yes, even through this video. Tonight, before you sleep, place your hand on your heart and whisper, "Ya Allah, I trust your plan, even when I don't understand it. Continue shaping me into the soul you want me to become. And know this, your story is not slowing down. Your story is not stuck. Your story is entering the chapter you were born to live. Walk softly, walk patiently, walk with faith, because Allah is not done with you. He is just beginning. And one day soon, you will look back at this exact moment and realize, this was the night Allah began my transformation. Until then, keep going, keep trusting, keep rising, and remember, you are never walking alone, not for a single breath. Allah is with you, and He always will be.